equestrians, it is Claire venting here. And today, I really felt like getting my feelings hurt. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through my comments and read some of my hate comments. And react to them. And respond to them. Yeah. Sounds like fun. So, some of these may or may not be considered as hate comments. Some are just controversial comments that I want to reply to and yada yada yada, whatever. Let's go. So, these first couple comments are from my surgery vlogs with Owen when I sent him off to surgery. Okay, so one is, I don't get it. Why remove a chip if it's not bothering him? Unnecessary risk. Well, it's also unnecessary risk to leave the bone chip in and have it move around and mess up all of his inside parts and the soft tissue. And that is something that cannot be fixed. But you know what can be fixed? A bone chip. You just take it out. Forget about it. So that's what I did. You're nasty. Yes. Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Honestly, I think that this is abuse. I don't believe in chiropractors and acupuncture. The horse is clearly in pain, and if I could, I would do something about this. So this was on my video of taking Owen to the chiropractor to get adjusted. I don't know how to address this comment or how anybody would think that taking your horse to a chiropractor is abuse. Moving on. Not trying to hate, but it kind of looks like you can't control Owen and that he's too much for you. Sorry. You know what? I don't think people nowadays know that saying not hate in a hate comment makes it not hate or not rude. The fact that you had to say no hate means that it is, and I don't know what I'm doing with my hand. Owen needs to practice more. Not being mean. In parenthesis. Well, honey, you are being mean. Also, what do you think we're doing? Practicing. I don't get some people. I don't, I'm so confused on what is going on in some people's heads. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I'm here. That horse is not right for you. Yes, he is. You don't know. He's not right for you. Ugh. Not hating at all, but I really think she should work on her posture as a target. Okay. I am. That's why I take lessons consistently. Whew, that was rough. I'm not claiming to be perfect, but I don't believe I have horrible equitation. I do take lessons regularly to work on it. Also, most of the time my posture is a certain way for a certain reason because I'm trying to do a certain thing and make my horse do a certain thing and help him in a certain way. So mind your own business. Next. I'm not hating, but Owen is not a pony. Okay, I get this a lot. I'm not stupid. I know my horse isn't a pony. He's so cute and I love him, so I call him a pony. No offense, but I think you're pulling on the horse's bit way too much. I am offended. The problem is your seat, I think. Correct. All of my issues are caused because of my seat. Thank you for pointing that out. Poor horsey. Yes, my horse is very poor and unkept and, I just abuse him all day long. I thank you for feeling bad for him because you should. He's not spoiled at all. I don't treat him well at all. Have you thought about changing Owen's bit? That never occurred to me until this very moment. Thank you. I will hop right on that. Have you tried putting 2 poles out before a jump, as this might slow him down as he anticipates when approach a jump? Again, I don't need training advice, okay? Everything I do for a reason. I'm not stupid. I've Ugh. Actually, that does not help my horse. That does the opposite effect on my horse. But I'm doing other things to work on my horse, anticipating and rushing the fences. Thank you. Don't need internet trainers. Like, I get most of you are coming from a real genuine spot in your heart. But it's really unhelpful. It's really annoying. It's really rude and really demeaning. So thank you. But now, my advice to all of you out there who go and watch people's horse videos and comment like you know everything, just don't. Unless it is asked for, don't. Just something I noticed, Claire, for you to take into concern. Possibly not an expert here. Oh, really? But your saddle looked a bit too small for you. I'm not an expert. That's just something I spotted. Correct. My saddle is a little bit too small for me, but you know what? If you have the money to buy me a brand new saddle, go for it, by all means. However, it is not small enough to the point where I absolutely need to buy a new saddle. I can't afford it at the moment. But if you can, buy me a bigger saddle. Thank you. Before the jump, try a half halt. It worked really well for my forward horse. Again, wow. Never thought of that until this day. Oh, thanks for the info. I'll give it a shot. Wait, what's a half halt? Guys, I'm being sarcastic. If you think I'm being serious, I'm not, okay? Sarcasm. I will put the definition up on the screen, but 99% of what I am speaking is sarcastic. Is it just me, or did he tighten your already tight enough flash? So this was from a video of my clinic I did with the Olympic show jumping coach. And there was a clip apparently where he was up by me messing with my bridle. And everyone freaked out because it looked like he tightened my flash. First of all, looks can be deceiving. You don't know what the heck he was doing, okay? Second of all, he knows what he's doing. Third of all, I'm not going to let somebody do something to my horse that is going to hurt my horse. So I don't get it. There's also a big thing going around about like flashes are evil and abuse and whatever. They're not. They're a tool to help. You know, most people think, oh, you're shutting your horse's mouth, you're tying it shut. No. Horses can still open their mouth with the flash piece in. What the flash mainly does is help the horse hold a steady and consistent contact with the bit. It's just so bothersome. I've had so many people comment on every single one of my videos telling me my flash is too tight. Did you put your hands under my flash and feel how tight it was? No! None of your business! You don't know! Like, I understand if you can physically see that my flash is like digging into my horse's muzzle, but I swear to God it never is. I can always fit a whole hand underneath my flash. The equine world nowadays. Another person commented, your throat latch was a bit too tight. You're supposed to be able to fit your whole fist in between the strap and your horse's cheek. Duh, I know that. Do I look stupid? No, how can you tell from like a quick little clip of my horse that my horse's throat latch is too tight? I don't. And this was just, you can look back at any of my videos. My horse's throat latch and flash piece and noseband, they're never too tight. I understand if you see someone with like their horse's throat like literally being like choked and digging into their throat. Yeah, maybe you can comment. Clearly, I don't know anything anymore. You should ride him more often so he won't be so crazy hyper. Really? The reason he was faffing, I think they meant to say flipping. The reason he was flipping his head was because you have everything tight on him. Try riding long reins and loosen bridle. Right, because no bridle, no, loosen all your straps, loosen your reins, and everything will be perfect. No, what that's going to give you is an unbalanced horse. My horse needs to be balanced. I help him balance. The reason he flips his head is out of excitement, okay? It's not pain. I've had his teeth checked. I've had his back checked. I've had him checked out by a vet. I've had everything checked. He is A-okay physically, okay? It's mental. It's not the bit. I've ridden him bitless. I've ridden him in a halter. I've ridden him in multiple hackamores. It's not anything. It's mental and training. Nowadays, he doesn't really flip his head anymore due to my training. And training, to most of you, you're probably like, oh yeah, you trained him with like tightening his flash and pulling on his face. No, that makes a horse flip their head, okay? Training a horse to not flip their head is by teaching your horse manners and riding properly and riding safely like I have been riding him. The main reason why I barely posted any videos of me riding Owen, and still kind of don't to this day, is because of how many awful comments I got and knew I would get because of how rough Owen was when he started out. In my last video, I posted a transformation video, and I didn't film much in the beginning because of how awful he was. And most people were going to say things like that, so I just didn't post, which was stupid of me. I should have just moved past it and ignored it and just forgotten about it, but I just couldn't. People are going to think what they're going to think, but you guys need to realize that with any equestrian YouTuber, Instagrammer, whatever, you don't know the whole story. You never do. You cannot tell a whole horse and rider story through a couple of YouTube videos and pictures. You can't. So, most of what you're commenting, you have no say. You have no say. You have no right to say anything that you're saying because you have no credibility and you have no information to back you up other than a little bit that you saw. You don't know anything about my history, my horse's history. You don't know about the multiple training things that I'm doing. You don't know what I've tried. You don't know what I haven't tried. You don't know. So shut up. Love it. Thank you. But I know where this is going. But I'm still questioning why he was wearing spurs when he knew Owen hated them and was having a bad time about it. Now, I got so many comments about this. This was when the Olympic eventing show jumping coach, very high up in the jumping world and the horse world, very knowledgeable, such a good rider. I got probably up to 100 comments saying about how horrible of a rider he was, how horrible of a person he was for wearing spurs on my horse, and how I rode him better, which I was like, thank you. But you don't get it. Okay, there were so many more about him and spurs, and it was just ridiculous. But the whole deal is he wanted to try riding Owen for a little bit, and he was already wearing spurs. What some of you don't realize is you can ride a horse and have spurs on and not use them on the horse. If you can control your leg right and you're a good enough rider, which he definitely was. He didn't know my horse. He had seen me ride that horse for 2 hours, and that was it. He got on my horse, and he, was trying to figure him out. So he was trying to get him to move over off of his leg with his spurs. And I don't usually ride Owen with spurs because he's super side sensitive. And so Owen kind of freaked out and was like, oh heck no. So guess what he did? No, he didn't stop, get off, take off his spurs, get back on. He just continued the ride without putting the spurs on my horse's side. So what I forgot to mention while I was filming was addressing all the comments about how horrible of a rider Silvio is and how Owen was much better when I was riding him. But what I don't think you guys realize is that I had been riding Owen for months, and I figured out what works for him and figured out what he needs, and that's what Silvio was doing when he was riding him, and it was causing Owen to have a hard time since he was asking Owen to do things that he wasn't quite ready for yet or stuff like that. So I think all of the people commenting that, honestly, are absolutely ridiculous and have no idea what they're talking about. There are way too many uneducated equestrians out there, and I just want to help. You're not riding so well. Story of my life, girl. I find that Owen really rushes. Really? Never noticed. Wow. Cool. Good observation. Do you smile? No. Does it look like I smile? I don't have feelings or emotions. If I don't want to smile, I don't have to, so I'm not going to smile. What? So these comments were from when I took Owen into the Tractor Supply store, which there was a lot of controversy and hate about. So I could spend the next 10 videos going over these hate comments, but I'm not gonna because I'm lazy. So we'll just go over a couple that I find at the top because I'm lazy. What an absolute blonde troll. Thank you. I'm sure her horse and her have an amazing relationship, but what are you doing in a store? So sad. Owen, your horse, kind of looks lame on his left hind. First of all, he's not. Second of all, in this video, you can't even really see him moving at all. We were literally walking around a store. Are you hallucinating? Horse abuse, dangerous for the horse. Not even going to touch on this subject. I was very safe about everything I did, okay? You can watch the video and see all the precautions I took and everything I did to make it safe. But thank you. I would never abuse my horse. Y'all should know that by now. The cameraman breathes so loud. Jesus. Denton! You're fired! Sorry! Okay. Now I just need to find a new cameraman and a new boyfriend. That might be kind of hard. Why? Because? Hashtag stop. Hashtag no. They say horse people are very unstable. LOL. That is the truest thing I've heard in my whole life. Actually. Was this just to get attention? Yes, thank you. You finally figure out that I just do all this for the attention because it's like what I live on is attention. That's me. You got it. Trim his hooves. They are so flared. Correct. Not like I get his hooves retrimmed and get his shoes reset every 6 weeks. Sometimes 5 weeks. Most horses get theirs reset every 8 weeks. But my horse just grows extra fast and has extra large hooves. I do get them trimmed. He's on a set schedule. Clearly, you're not a farrier. You don't know what you're talking about. His hooves weren't flared. His hooves weren't extra long in that video. In any of my videos, I never let my horse's feet get that way. Literally hate people like this. Thank you. Hate you too. White privilege at its finest. Good one. Okay, so these were from my boyfriend goes tack shopping for me video. Which most people didn't realize that I gave Denton my money to take into the store to buy things for me with my money. Okay? Just know that. I stated it in the video, but clearly people missed that part. This is like death to watch. Then don't watch. Clear mean ASF. At least act grateful he tried. As I stated in the video, I was being sarcastic, not mean. I stated that clearly. But most people don't understand, so. Haha, no hate, but y'all are so awkward. Oh, and in this video I said something about how I carriage drive. So somebody commented, carriage driving, unsubscribe. Thank you for unsubscribing, because clearly you don't know anything about carriage driving. I need to make a whole separate video on carriage driving, because y'all clearly know nothing. Not gonna lie, Claire's annoying, ASF. Thank you, I try my hardest. Unsubscribed. Thank you, didn't want you here. Why do you never show any emotion? Because I don't have emotions, we've covered this. Dang, girl, wrap those lower legs around his barrel. Scary to see them sticking out like that, especially if this is your dressage work. Sorry if my dressage work isn't up to your standards, but we've come a long way. Not to be rude or anything, but it kind of just looks like she's doing a bunch of flat work in a dressage saddle, but that's just my opinion. Yes, we are currently working on the beginning stages of dressage. Simple things like collection and self-carriage. We can't yet do the crazy upper-level dressage movements. We're not working on that right now. We need to start with the basics. But yes, it is dressage. I'm an eventer, so the dressage is a lot easier than pure dressage movements and tests. Okay? We're working on the level that we are at right now. Again, sorry my dressage work isn't up to your standards. Ew, a bit. Thank you. I think they're delicious. Your saddle is a bit too high up. No, it's not. It is right where I want it. Okay, I guess this isn't really a hate comment, but just reminded me of a lot of the hate comments that I've gotten about people saying that I am rich or that I am flaunting all of my money that I have with the things that I have. But that's untrue. I'm actually not rich, okay? I provide for myself, my dog, my horse, everything I pay for myself, okay? I am 19 years old. I've moved out of my parents' house. I own a horse, which I pay for and provide for. I own a dog, which I pay for and provide for. I pay my rent. I pay my utilities. I pay my insurance. I pay for all of it, and I'm not rich. However, I am a hard worker. I can say that. I have a lot of jobs. I work really hard to be able to be at the point where I'm at right now. Keep trying. Thank you. I will. We're kind of rude to him, TBH. Okay. This is from the video when I had my boyfriend, that's not an equestrian, tack up my horse blindfolded. So the entire purpose of that video was to make fun of how bad of a job that he did. Like I keep saying, everyone thinks I'm so mean to Denton, but I'm just being sarcastic. And it's our own little sense of humor. That's what me and Denton find funny. We laugh at each other and laugh at ourselves, and it's never serious. It just, nobody understands us. I wish you to be born a horse in the next life. Let the iron bits and the mouthpiece be pushed into your mouth, tied up to your chin with straps so that you could not open your mouth. Let them torture you. Let them make you jump and perform all the whims of the owner. And may your cruel master say that he truly loves you. If that isn't the truest statement about me and my horse's relationship, I don't know what is, because that was just on point. Clearly this person knows exactly what they're talking about. You need to sit more forward in your saddle because you're putting too much pressure to the back of the saddle. Actually, I'm working on sitting further back. But thank you. Sitting forward does not do my horse or myself any good. Why do you pull your reins so much? Well, am I not supposed to pull the reins? What are they for? Am I supposed to push on them? I'm not supposed to pull the reins? What? This is so new to me. My whole life has just been changed. My mind is blown. Somebody explain. So this is on my transformation video I did with Owen. Saying, you know, that the reason that he was the way he was at first was because it was just his upbringing and his personality, because I had him checked out by vets, chiropractors, dentists, the whole 9 yards, and there wasn't anything physically wrong with him. But this person thinks that she found the solution. She says, it's not just his personality. I'm sorry to say this, but your riding really isn't that good. That hurt. Sexy horse. Excuse me, that is my son you're talking about. That is extremely inappropriate and I do not approve. You should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? You filthy animal. Okay, so now I'm feeling super great about myself, and just that was such a wonderful, heartwarming experience for me. Thank you guys so much for that. It was amazing. On a serious note though, the amount of amazingly wonderful, supportive comments I get from you guys compared to the very few hate comments is incredible. You guys keep me going every single day. I read every single one of your comments. Whether I like it or not, I read through every single one. I see every single comment. And I try to like as most as I can and reply to as much as I can, but your comments really do mean a lot to me. And I thank you guys so much for all of your support, and I'm just having fun, and you know, it's all fun and games with these comments. It's not meaning to hurt anybody's feelings. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinions. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I love you guys. Bye!